First of all, I'd like to thank you for having me today here. Thanks, special thanks for the organizers. As I feel surrounded by top representatives of the industry working against TR4, and this is fascinating, and I really appreciate this invitation. Specifically, the TFNet, the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research, the Guangdong Academy of Agricultural Sciences, and the Chinese Academy for Tropical Agricultural Sciences, CATAS. Of course, a special mention to the Alliance of Bioversity International and the International Centre of Tropical Agriculture, CIAT. With most of you, we cooperate for the last few years already, but it's good to be here today, and it's important what we are doing in this respect. Very quick, I would like to mention that the World Banana Forum was created back in 2009. So it's our 10th anniversary now, and it was created for only one reason. It was mentioned before that it was necessary to coordinate and cooperate to tackle or to fight against TR4. The World Banana Forum was created not only to work against TR4, but also to face the different challenges of the industry on environmental, social, and economic sustainability aspects. So as you know, bananas are produced in more than 135 countries. Therefore, it is necessary to cooperate because the fungus can spread through other countries. It's the most exported fruit in the world by both volume and economic value. And bananas and plantains contribute greatly to food security and income generation. So then the World Banana Forum was created. Is the space where the main stakeholders of the global banana supply chain work together to achieve consensus on best practices. We therefore believe that cooperation is key for progress, and we do that through the involvement of all the constituencies required to work against, for example, TR4 or living wages, sustainable cost of production, gender, occupational health and safety, etc. As the World Banana Forum manages now, after 10 years working together, a critical mass of members sufficient to have a strong impact in the industry, as we bring together retailers, importers, producers, exporters, consumer associations, governments, research institutions, trade unions, and civil society organizations. So within our members, we have big corporations, private sector stakeholders like Aldi, Reve, Tesco, Sainsbury, Waitrose, IPL, Lidl, main traders, Agrofair, Bama, Dole, Fives, Chiquita, Company Fruitier, and we are in discussions with other important traders, but they are not. They contribute to different concrete activities, but we consider that we have all the big traders involved directly in the World Banana Forum or in our webinars and discussions. Then we have big producer associations in the main regions and big producers like Agroamerica, Agura, Corbana, AEVE. We have civil society organizations to represent workers, to help and provide support with the use of agrochemicals, conditions for workers, etc. And of course, research institutions like Wageningen University, Exeter, Bioversity International, CIAT, FIA, Earth University. And we cooperate also with intergovernmental organizations like the ILO, International Trade Center, or UNCTAD. And of course, members who are of member countries, member states, governments who are represented in both the decision-making body of the World Banana Forum, which is the steering committee, and the World Banana Forum activities in different working groups. So very quick, just a very brief introduction of the World Banana Forum. After 10 years working, what was decided at the beginning in the inception part was to create 3 different working groups according to the 3 pillars of sustainability. So working group 1 works on the environmental sustainability. So the group contributes to a better understanding of the main issues related to banana production and the development of a roadmap to improve this necessary environmental sustainability in these production systems. Then working group 2 works on distribution of value, very important for the industry. There's no sufficient income, no sufficient return. There's no money for innovation, especially now working on against TR4, etc. And then working group 3 works on labor rights, on social sustainability, and it promotes good practices on occupational health and safety, on gender equity, on decent work, etc. So within working group 1, back in 2013, December, if I'm not mistaken, it was decided to create the TR4 task force. So this is a group of stakeholders who decided that it was necessary to, under working group 1, as mentioned, create this group of stakeholders directly involved in the research aspects or in production and how to fight the disease. So including this, within these members, we had Agrofair, COLE-ACP, Global Gap, Wageningen University, Corbana, FarmCop, Nutrano, CIAT, Bananex, ICA, Agrocalidad is the Ecuadorian government, the Queensland government, FIVES, OIRSA, SBAMA, Ogura, and of course the Plant Protection Division in ACIAR. So that was inside the umbrella of the World Banana Forum, where we have this task force on TR4. Then after meetings, and when we saw the spread of the disease in the Middle East, it reached Mozambique 4 or 5 years back. Then when the disease reached Latin America, even before, because we took the decision to create the TR4 Global Network in August 2018, we understood that support was needed for the disease management. So international collaboration and local action are essential. TR4 does not respect any border. Therefore, it is necessary to facilitate the creation or enable this joint collaboration of different constituencies, including governments, etc. And then, so it was an opportunity to transform the global banana industry also, because I think that the activities we will do against TR4 with the TR4 Global Network will be a battering ram, will be a window to follow for all the activities, because really the cooperation for TR4 is necessary. So then what we are doing with the World Banana Forum in this TR4 Global Network is to establish this permanent platform of assembly where stakeholders can gather to cooperate. So we try to create a basis for an inclusive and open collaboration among stakeholders that is beneficial for all of the constituencies. That means that we can provide support from national phytosanitary agencies to governments, going through private sector, understanding what workers need in terms of protection for workers, how can research institutions cooperate with these activities, or different governments, etc. So it's not only what we are doing on TR4, and you all know, it's not only the efforts of maybe one or two countries or two constituencies where it counts. It's supposed to be, a comprehensive global transformation effort. So the global network on TR4 is supposed to act as a catalyst for materials, findings, and events such as this one, so everybody can be informed on what's going on in each of the regions and how they can feed each other with knowledge exchange, information gatherings, and etc. So then the World Banana Forum also facilitates partnerships. We are a unique platform of assembly, as mentioned before, and we have partners of the different constituencies, and we facilitate the creation of concept notes and the even the fundraising activities for the stakeholders part of the World Banana Forum. So it's supposed to be the reference point for awareness raising and capacity development to promote the prevention of TR4. So first, our visual identity, what we had online. I will provide today, as I have 7 to 10 minutes, I will provide only a brief introduction out of the Urbana Forum and the Global Network. What you can find now online, if you you would like to continue your research against the disease, we had first within the Urbana Forum website. This the first website you can see here is the section of the TR4 task force. Then we created this new website, which is available since February this year. We keep on feeding the platform online. This new website called, of course, FAO.org TR4 Global Network is available in English and Spanish. And precisely this week, I've commissioned the translation of the website into Chinese and French. So we will produce a newsletter to inform different members, and we also produce a number of materials to feed to support our stakeholders, especially governments and producers, but to feed those in need to start the awareness raising activities with operators in different countries. We produce these manuals that you can see here, a total at the end of 17 manuals now produced in English, Spanish, and French, but these 17 manuals and briefs will be available also in Chinese, most probably before the end of the year. Then these are the manuals that we've mentioned, I've mentioned that the Urbana Forum produced with a subsidy by the FAO regular program. And this, you can find all this information online, but it's a guide for travelers, it's information for producers on how to prevent TR4 access in your farm, how to protect your work, general information on what is TR4, what can sports do to help in this prevention of TR4. There's another document on diagnosis of TR4, how to go from the field to the laboratory. And then TR4 prevention guidance and for government authorities. We also have a similar prevention guidance for TR4 for producers and professionals in the field. So we have also a document on prevention strategies, essential information about TR4, and also posters and briefs that governments can use to put in airports, borders, etc. So all this information again is available now, and it will be available in 4 languages, hopefully before the end of December. Then again, I've mentioned before that we launched the website. This meeting was organized in Berlin together with different stakeholders. Most of you will recognize many of them. And then I would like to finalize explaining what the Urbana Forum can do and FAO as a whole. FAO, together with our members, including, of course, TFNet, CATAS, Bioversity International, CIAT, etc., we work together to increase the expertise of our members and also the capacity to train producers and farmers developed by FAO throughout the years, but especially during last year, there was an emergency project created in the FAO office of Panama, together with the support of the regional office in Chile. And with that seed money provided by FAO, together with the seed money provided by the Urbana Forum, we managed to have this pack of training materials, which are, of course, as a part of FAO, publicly available for everybody. So we will keep on gathering this necessary experience in FAO, which again is publicly available for everybody. FAO is present in every banana exporting country, exporting and producing country. As mentioned, 135 countries produce bananas. FAO includes the different divisions and institutions inside the umbrella of the FAO. One of them is AGP, is the Plant Protection Division. We have the IPPC, is the International Plant Protection Convention. Again, these the offices in Latin America and the Caribbean, extremely active lately, working against TR4, and the World Banana Forum, working as a permanent platform of assembly for the last 10 years. Then, again, we're going back again to what I just mentioned, what I mentioned before. There's a need for a neutral convener to facilitate the communication and, if it's possible, coordination or help in the coordination of different initiatives, so we will not duplicate efforts, and then we can be the avant-garde, you know, the battering ram of this unique example of cooperation of different constituencies working together. In this case, will be to work against TR4. And again, FAO has all the constituencies represented to make that happen. So from governments to even consumer associations, going through retailers, producers, and civil society organizations. So I, again, would like to thank the organizers for this meeting and for having me here. And with this, I will finish. I think that I've allocated exactly 11 minutes. Sorry, I spent a couple of more minutes. So back to you, Jacob. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Victor. You took about 13.5 minutes. So that's a good time. Anyway, thank you so much for that informative presentation. I think the main takeaway here is the global network on TR4 is more sharing information among stakeholders in the banana industry, and I think it's the good thing you showed was here. They have all these pamphlets and brochures coming out to help those who are in need of information on TR4. Maybe I can allow 2 short questions if anybody wants to ask, wants to know and more about the TR4 global network. I want to open it to all our participants here. Any questions for Victor? So, Victor, most of the information you collect all the information from the stakeholders. They send out information and you put it up together and you compile it and put it up on as a collective website. It's like a collective website.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The World Banana Forum is supposed. Well, I was just checking the list of participants now, and I see that a lot of the participants know about the World Banana Forum or received communications from us, and this is the World Banana Forum is this platform that gathers information from the different stakeholders. So we are a platform of assembly, and therefore most of the participants of this meeting, of course, are way more technical and know a lot about the disease. So we try to provide the minimum information required, for example, for governments who do not have the capacity to develop their own manuals, or they don't have the time to prepare those. So we provide that information as FAO and as part of the UN, and this is precisely what we keep. This is, as mentioned, it's seed money to establish these networks, where we also include the TFNet, but it's that's the basis for a potential future cooperation of all of us, and the place which is publicly available for everybody, where we can inform on what's doing TFNet in the next, for example, webinars, because you have a series of 4 webinars, and we'll like to include that information in our website, and so everybody who wants to know what's going on in Asia on TR4, they will know that TFNet and your platform is working in this direction.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from anyone?
I think there's a question from that in the chat. Sorry, there's a question from Altus to Victor in the chat.
Okay, Altus wants to know what is the interaction between. Altus wants to know what's the interaction between the Global TR4 initiative coordinated by Fazil Dusinseli of FAO and the ones undertaken by WBF, the difference.
Arthur, good morning for you. Good to talk to you. Good to know that you are there again. It's a very good question. Thank you very much for asking me that. In fact, as mentioned before, FAO includes IGP, IPPC, the offices in Latin America and the Caribbean, plus the country offices and the World Banana Forum. Those are the main 4 entities working on TR4, not only AGP and FACIL. And we cooperate together. We created inside FAO the interdepartmental group against TR4. It would also have some contributions from for example, people also in FAO, the Rotterdam Convention on pesticide use and highly hazardous pesticides. But the pillar and the main division working against TR4 in FAO is AGP, is the Plant Protection Division, and we cooperate on regular basis with him. For your information, we are working now on a new proposal to raise funds from different stakeholders and different donors, presenting FAO and the members who would like to join the World Banana Forum and FAO in this endeavor to prepare a concept note, a comprehensive package of activities that again will be presented to donors, and of course we count on the initial project proposal presented by FACIL. I think that was Arthur when we met back in 2014, maybe in FAO headquarters, when we discussed together with FACIL this project proposal. Back then, I think didn't even knew that TR4 was in Mozambique, but we just were informed that the disease was in the country. Now, of course, the situation changed drastically. That's why it's necessary to move fast, and that's why it's necessary to have this also internal communication, because FAO is a very big institution with different agencies and divisions involved in different activities. So, of course, last week I discussed with Facil 3 times already about the project and this concept note that we are working on, etc.
Okay, thank you, Victor. So, Arthur, is that okay? I think I'll move on. Sijun, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I will just very short question to Victor. Victor, yes. Thank you for a nice overview about the World Banana Formula. I just want to curious about your link to different FAO regional office. I have some activities within different regional FAO office in Asia, Pacific, or in Latin America, in Africa.
Sorry, you are asking me which is the relation of the World Banana Forum with FAO offices working on TR4?
Yeah, in regional office, FAO regional office. Yeah.
Regional office, yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, the World Banana Forum is based in headquarters in Rome. It was decided to do it that way 10 years back, as mentioned. And the reason why is to have this capacity to communicate with different divisions inside headquarters, but also in country offices. So we are aware of the activities of different country offices, especially those working recently a lot on TR4, such as the office in Panama. And they have, to be more accurate in my reply, FAO worked in an emergency plan, a TCP as we call it internally, that was part of the seed money that I've mentioned before, that started in Panama. And of course with the cooperation of the regional office in Chile. Panama is a sub-regional office and Chile is the regional office for the Americas. Then we also cooperate with country offices. I have a direct communication with the FAO representatives in most of the banana exporting countries, at least the exporting countries, including the Philippines, Ecuador, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Belize, etc. I hope that I replied your question. Did I reply your question?
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Victor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Yes, we have to stop. We have to stop now. Thank you so much, Victor Prada. I think it was a very informative presentation. But I hope we can